VGK or some team in the National Hockey League is going to have to pay Pavel Dorofeyev, who becomes a restricted free agent at the end of the season. He picked up where he left off last season when he scored 35 goals. He already has 5 goals, including 4 on the power play. We'll tell you what his projected AAV could be and much, much more. It's Marner Monday. Again, projected AAV for Pavel Dorofeyev is soaring. We'll talk about it next right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone, from Las Vegas, Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. Find us wherever you get your podcast. I'm a longtime sportscaster, marketing consultant, and the host of the Believe in Vegas podcast. Chris is the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports, the host of the Hockey News Collectibles show, starring Chris Golick. Coming up ahead on today's show, the drought continues offensively for VGK, as again, they don't score first in a game, which is a really bizarre statistic. And later on, it's Marner Monday, and how has Mitchy Marner looked so far? You can catch us now each and every day on Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. Tune in 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, SSSEN on YouTube TV or Cox Cable Channel 77. We are brought to you today by FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com. So we have heavy hearts today on this show. We've become a big family here, and Chris lost this past weekend a member of his family. And Chris, we appreciate you being here, and condolences going out to you and your family.
Yeah, Mom passed away last night. It was unfortunate, but expected to a degree. And I guess a couple things. If you guys out there wonder where my stubbornness comes from and willingness to kind of put myself on an island when it comes to some of the things I say here in social, well, you guys have my mom to thank for that. She was as stubborn as the day is long, but we love her, and very thankful for my family moving out here in the first place, because Amanda had wanted kids for a long, long time, and I found every reason in the world. No, it's just too much. And we have no other family out here. And then my family came out here. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're going to have kids now. So my family moving out here certainly was a big part of that. And they've been, my mom especially, extremely helpful and supportive to the family and everything. And yeah, and the universe has a strange way of consoling you at times on the way home after everything happened. Me and my dad driving home, and Say Hello to Heaven comes on by Temple of the Dog. So
yeah. How's Dad doing?
Yeah, Dad's okay. Dad but doing? Listen, the reason we're talking about this is we're family, guys. We are all family. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys.
Thanks so much. I don't know where to go.
Transition, Tony. Go ahead. Take it to work, Tony. Go to work.
Time to go to work. Okay.
Earn your money.
Minus the injuries at the end of, I don't know where to go here. The injuries at the end of last season, Pavel Dorofeyev has picked up exactly where he left off. I call him now. I've got a new nickname for him. How is this one? Das Machine. 5 goals in 3 games, 4 on the power play. He's one of the more accurate players shooting the puck, and it lands in the net. He doesn't hesitate. That's one of the good parts of his game. He just shoots the puck. The power play goal from Stone in Seattle. This time Mark Stone, low to high to Dorofeyev on the left side of the ice, and he just let it rip. So let's talk about his overall game first.
Dude scores. Where would the Golden Knights be right now with Dorofeyev? That's the first thing. And then I guess I put a write-in vote. Where would the Golden Knights be without Dorofeyev and Nedeljkovic in that situation that happened in San Jose? But I've been extremely high on Dorofeyev for a long time. I was very confident that he would surpass last year's goal total that he put up. But I was doing so thinking Marner and him might be paired off at some point. And I think that might end up happening, them on the same line. You did see, we'll talk about the Kraken game a little bit, but you did see some shakeups in the line involving Marner moving off of the line away from Jack. So we'll see if Dorofeyev gets involved. But, I mean, He's on pace for what 130 goals right now.
Not according, well, not according to VGK's social media. They're probably miscalculating that again. An RFA, an RFA is a player whose entry level contract has expired. So we're trying to figure out, as are most of you, when and if VGK can come up with an offer sheet. Dorofeyev's rights will still be owned by VGK at the expiration of his contract. Say the Golden Knights put an offer sheet out there about $6-7 million a year. VGK has to tender an offer. Another team can sign Dorofeyev to a contract, and VGK would have to match that contract. So where it gets real dicey. It gets very dicey. Let's say, for instance, a team, didn't Anaheim have a bunch of money? Dorofeyev, a $10 million AAV, right? Because they have the money under the cap. How in the world can VGK match it? This is going to be a really difficult situation for the Golden Knights.
I believe, but again, it's a little
premature, maybe.
Well, no, not at all, not at all. It's a bit of a gray area as far as how all that works. I'm not completely versed in all that, but what I can say is the Golden Knights can enter a multi-year agreement with Dorofeyev, which would eliminate all the offer sheet drama and all of that stuff. And I think that's going to be the path here. As far as the Golden Knights and what they have available right now, according to Puckpedia, they're projected to have about $5.2 million in salary cap space. However, I'm pretty sure Petrangelo's $8 million plus is on the books for the moment for next season. Obviously, it's all likelihood Dorofeyev has played his last NHL game, leaving the Golden Knights somewhere around $13 million, which Dorofeyev is not the only free agent that the Golden Knights would need to figure some stuff out for. It looks like Riley Smith, Brandon Saad, Colton Sissons, and then on the defense, Lazan and Hutton. So actually, the money's going to be there. I mean, geez, does he crawl? I mean, you can go over the AFP projections, but
yeah,
does he get to $10 million? I mean, is that in the cards?
Soaring. It's soaring for sure. And so, as we know, the contract extension is definitely something that is next on the docket for VGK, for Pavel Dorofeyev. He becomes a restricted free agent, as we said, at the end of the season. So this would not hit the books until next year. Right. And our good friend Kyle Stitch from AFP Analytics told us over the weekend that the projected AAV for Pavel Dorofeyev right before the offseason, so this is last spring, right, was 5 times $7.2 million. So you can imagine after this torrid start what that number must look like. He's got to be up right now. The valuation has to be somewhere. It's got to be right about $9 million. I would have to venture a guess there. If he follows up last season with another big effort, he will get paid.
Yeah, I mean, what Mucho Dinero, call him Dinerofeyev. There you go, Dinerofeyev. There's a nickname. Yeah, I mean, listen, it would not surprise me if 7.2 was the floor. And again, we're three games, and we've seen. I mean, okay, what Paul Cotter, didn't he come out shot out of a cannon last year, and then he didn't. He kind of came back to reality. But the difference between those two, the reality, of course, for Dorofeyev is a 30-something goal scorer if we're comparing from last season, and then there's been hints in the American League and the National League as far as what his ceiling is before we've seen this explosion in the young 25-26 season. So, I mean, I would be shocked if the number didn't start with an 8 as far as the AAV. I mean, 8 times 8, write it up. I don't know if we're, 7 times 8. I guess I can't do the 8-year extensions anymore. But yeah, it's going to be tough. And, but the Golden Knights will find a way, I guess. We'll have to go to the core 7.
Well, let's say that offer sheet tendered is for $8 million. Somebody comes back at 11. VGK will not yet. They're not. Are they going to be able to pay this guy?
I don't know the specifics behind how that up and back goes. I don't know if the offer sheets. I don't know if the offer sheets are. I'm pretty sure they're tied to time of service and some other things like that. Don't quote me on that, but
RFAs. Yes, you have to be a rookie still on your rookie deal, which was $3.67 million for Dorofeyev. And that was roughly $1.8 million a year. It was a 2-year deal. And we remember what happened with Dylan Holloway Philip Broberg, 2024. Oilers declining to match the St. Louis Blues offer sheets. Broberg made $4.58 million. Holloway about $2.29 million. And it's a game. It's a shell game at the end of the day. Golden Knights falling in overtime to the Kraken on Saturday night. Now 1-0-2, 4 points they have banked. 3 games, 3 OTs. VGK still has not scored the first goal. They've been chasing. The start has not been good. VGK trying to figure out. More coming up next right here on Marner Monday on Locked On Golden Knights. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer that you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if that bet wins, you'll receive $300 in bonus bets that you can use across the application. You can pick a bet, put down the $5. If it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets. We definitely love how FanDuel gives you so many ways to play. You can build the parlays, you can try the player props, and you can even follow the live lines during games. It makes watching football even more exciting if you've got a little juice or a little bit of something that's happening there if you're riding the action. Whether you're a casual fan or you love diving into all the stats, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much better. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com. FanDuel.com. Download the FanDuel app today and get things started. We are back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights from Las Vegas. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick. We appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much. Over the weekend, we're on SSSEN each day at 1 o'clock. But someone told me, 3 people actually told me that they've seen us on there, which is great. We appreciate everyone tuning in. And now I guess they're giving the folks sometimes some bonus coverage of some old episodes.
I love that.
We
That's
recorded
fun.
over the summer, which is pretty cool. Because
see how wrong we were about our takes 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right. And our takes are still bad. They're still bad, folks. Break up the Kraken. Seattle now 2-0. I just thought this was the right spot for them. They defeated VGK in overtime the other night here on Saturday night. Kraken scoring the game winner in overtime, the kind of goal that VGK typically scores. Jared McCann, a rebound, 3.8 seconds left in the extra period, put the puck in net. 2-1, the Kraken defeat VGK. Only goal for the Golden Knights was by Das Machine, by Pavel Dorofeyev. And he did it from the left side of the ice, his 5th of the season, 4th power play goal, as we said before. And it was the 13th time, including 3 playoff games, 7 preseason games, 3 regular season games, the Golden Knights have yet to score the first goal. And VGK, in fact, Chris, did not score. This has to be of some concern. They didn't score in the first 2 periods until the Dorofeyev goal in the 3rd period, and that was the only goal of the game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, let's start with Aiden Hill, right? Hill, definitely a good get-right spot right there. The overtime goal, what are you going to do right there? You got 3 forwards on the ice in the OT, and not that they can't defend, but they're not going to defend as well if Theodore or Whitecloud or another defender, Hannafin, another defender was out there, but that's neither here nor there at this point. The power play goal that the Golden Knights gave up, you got 3 players on the boards here, and then you have William Karlsson who fails to read that, and it's not that he wasn't. It's not that he was missing his area of responsibility, but you got Smith, Theodore, Korzak, all just on the boards, leaving Matty B right in front. And by the time Karlsson reads that, it's too late. So again, it's just a reminder, the small margins between, 1 point and 2 points or 0 points, depending on how things shake out. Just one simple lapse where Aiden Hill can't come up with the save, and you don't expect him to in that spot.
You should have seen me on Saturday night. Oh, man, I was having a good time at a concert, and, of course, I was trying to check out the score in between.
Watching like an icon in Stevie Nicks, and you're worried about the Golden Knights, dude? Come on, your priorities.
Yeah, well, I was in the arena in our house. You have to follow the rules and all that. Maddie Beniers,
rules at a Stevie Nicks concert besides enjoy the music, man.
She's the best. She's the best. A lot of women dressed up like witches, whatever that was, that whole theme, kind of It was cool. It was just a cool show. And in any event, back to Matty Beniers. What a segue. He had the deflection that hit off of Vince Dunn, and then it hits the left post on the blocker side of Eden Hill with 34 seconds to go in the game. And the Kraken could have called game right there, to be honest, in regulation. Uh, First, Cassidy puts out Tomas Hurdle. He had Hurdle out there, right, in the lineup to win the faceoff. And Matty Beniers beat him in the circle. And that's where it all began. And then Beniers puts the shot on net, saved by Aiden Hill, and then the rebound score by Jared McCann. And the rebound control, what can you say there in front of the net? You need more help there for him.
You need a defender there. You need a defender there. And I get the mindset of wanting that puck possession. Puck possession in the OT is absolute paramount. And when you don't get it, it's going to make things incredibly difficult. Just a couple stats here, I guess. You have, as far as, again, high danger chances and shots on goal, but really high danger chances is like my go-to when it comes to stats.
Mm-hmm.
And the Golden Knights only generated 11 high danger chances, 1 in overtime, 10 in regulation. Gave up 16. Is giving up 16. I don't know. I think it's a tiny bit high, but I definitely know 10 is too low as far as high danger chances for. And when you're looking at the stat card, I got pulled up for the right game, and here it is right there. When you're looking at the stat card on the bottom, you got Barbashev, you got Sissons, you got Marner, you got Theodore, you got Riley Smith, you got McNabb. That is, I mean, Barbashev, not really known for the defensive mindset necessarily, but you have, and even Eichel comes in right at the middle of the pack with Kolasar. So you have VGK's best defensive players, or better defensive players, I should say, coming in on the bottom of the stat card as far as just playing an overall good game. Now, a low event 2-1 game, the stat card is probably a little more fluid, I guess, as far as just one thing can really deter which way you go on the stat card. But still, that's a lot of money and a lot of superstars and a lot of defensive minded, responsible type players on the bottom of the stat card. And we're 3 games in. I get maybe we should just be tempering expectations and just kind of relaxing, and you let the team kind of find its way. But this is not the Coach Cassidy start that we're used to right now.
No.
This team usually starts a lot better under Coach Cassidy, and just in general is probably a better way to even say that. And it's not happening. And when you have the acquisition of a Mitch Marner, it's not that Mitch Marner isn't fitting in. There's no chemistry right there. It's just the team as a whole just not working out right now.
You got to give a team like the Kraken a lot of credit there, because
sure,
they pretty much out-schemed VGK. That's the best way I think you could put it, because they put men back because they didn't want to give up the odd man rush. They tightened the ice, as I said.
VGK is a transitional team. If they're not getting those opportunities,
no transition.
That's their Achilles heel, I guess.
Yeah, it was very calculated, I thought, and intentional, and they did a really good job there and just kind of keeping VGK off balance, if you will. Seattle had only 2 shots on net in the third period, so that tells you they were playing mostly a defensive game. And then VGK outshot the Kraken 7-2 in that third period. Just 2 shots on net. But then Seattle had 7 shots on goal to 3 for VGK in the overtime period. So already they had, 1 point in the bank. So why not let it go and try to get the W, which they did?
Yeah, I mean, the Kraken played the right game, and we've talked about the Kraken, a team kind of lacking identity and superstar, or superstars plural, and not an okay mid goaltender, not a great goaltender. And on paper, the Golden Knights should win this game, I don't know, 80 out of 100 times, 75 out of 100 times, and unfortunately that's not how it worked out. And going into week 2 of the season, we're not panicking or anything like that. We're not pressing the panic button by any means, but there's hints of concern right now. And on the positive, it's a fine defensive game. 2 goals against, only 0-5 on 5 goals against, 0-5 on 5 goals scored, but 0-5 on 5 goals against, which is good. There's been concerns about the defense and the goaltending and everything, and those are 2 important boxes that got checked for a successful game. So that's your momentum heading into week 2.
Coming up next on the big show, it is Marner Monday, the latest news surrounding Mitch Marner. And can you believe that Ryan Reeves has more goals, one, than Mitch Marner? Have to go there. Coming up next on Lockdown Golden Knights. Most people cannot name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401k or Ks, properties, investments, all of that. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. And that's why Monarch Money, it's an all-in-one personal financial tool. It brings all of your finances together in one clean, easy to use interface on your laptop or on your phone. No stinking spreadsheets, which we really like here. Monarch is built for people with busy lives like myself and Golic. And if you put off organizing your finances, Monarch is definitely for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts together. You can see the clear data visuals. You can get smart categorization of all your spending and finally feel like you are in control of all your money, maximizing investments, increasing your savings rate, easily reviewing financials for you and your partner and for your financial advisor, keeping a clear view of all of your financial health. This is what you need to do. You can do it week to week or long term. Don't let financial opportunity fall through the cracks. Use the promo code LOCKDOWNNHL at monarchmoney.com in your browser, and you can get half off for the first year. That's 50% off of your first year. Go to monarchmoney.com. Use the promo code LOCKDOWNNHL. Welcome back on this edition of Lockdown Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas. We appreciate all of you, especially our everydayers tuning in around the world. Thank you so much for making us your first listen every day. Of course, you could find us wherever you get your podcast. Please subscribe to our Lockdown Golden Knights YouTube channel. And we sure do appreciate all of those comments that all you folks leave for us. And again, you could find us daily at 1 o'clock p.m. here in the state of Nevada on SSSEN, which is really cool. And we appreciate everyone over there for the job that they're doing and helping to promote our show and the other Lockdown shows, Lockdown A's, Lockdown Raiders. Pretty cool. Mitch Marner, it is Marner Monday. 2 assists through 3 games. We saw Bruce Cassidy shake up the lineup some there while I was over at the concert. Didn't he put Mitch Marner on the hurdle line with Dorofeyev? Marner, Dorofeyev, Tomas Hurdle. Not sure how that. Yeah, I'm not sure how that experiment went. Top
That's
line
a
was
good
Eichel,
question. I know it
Barbashev,
was
and Stone.
definitely Marner and Hurdle
Yeah,
were together, and I
Dorofeyev was
can
there. And
probably
the
pull
top
up this.
line they shifted, I think, was Eichel, Barbashev, and Stone.
All right, so I'm pulling up the shift chart here in real
Thanks,
time for
man.
this
That's what we
game.
need to do.
What's
Yes.
what's that? No,
Let's,
the
yeah,
graphic
let's go
would
there.
be a pain on this right now. It would not be very easy to look at. All right, so Hurdle is down here on the bottom, and Marner is right here in the middle. So definitely those two were together. And then who was the third piece of that? Who was the third
Dorofeyev.
piece of that?
Yeah.
I'll find the third piece that in a little bit, but
I'm telling
it's
you who
good
it
that
was.
Coach Cassidy is showing willingness to get away from it. I'm still banging the drum for Carlson and Marner, but in due time, if things keep going the way they are, Kolesar might get a chance with Marner if things keep going down the current path of slow scoring and things like that. But listen, the Golden Knights to have outstanding top 9 forwards, outstanding top 9. So Coach Cassidy's going to just be the chemist here, put a little dash of this here, a little dash of that there, and find a way for it all to work out.
Stop dragging my heart around. I was like listening to that song. I think when I saw Cassidy starting to experiment with the lines. And then Cassidy had Brandon Saad skating with Carlson and Smith. So they moved Stone to the top line, and they switched out Marner, which is a pretty interesting move. We're going to see these Bruce, the mashups, if you will. Let's call them mashups there because he does this a lot in experiments. But what are your thoughts of moving Marner around, especially to, say, the third line.
I mean, I don't believe, as far as when you have a top 9 like the Golden Knights, I don't believe that it's necessarily looked at as 1, 2, 3. Marner is leading the forward minutes. He is currently averaging, Eichel is 22.02, whereas Mitch Marner is 22.40, and that only trails defenseman Noah Hannafin, defenseman Shea Theodore for most for average time on ice per game right now. So I don't know if categorizing if 1, 2, 3 is a way to go right now. I mean, the third line has the 2 top scorers for last year's Vegas Golden Knights team in Hertl and Dorofeyev. So, I think it's just a matter of just mixing things up a little bit and just kind of seeing what the best situation is. And, the problem is when you see when the transition game is working, Eichel and Marner, same line all day long. I don't care who the third piece of that is. All they got to do is get a tap in, like Barbashev did, I believe, on opening night when we saw that great tic-tac-toe play. When things aren't working in the transition game, now it becomes more puck possession and ability to cycle, ability to dump and chase and things like that. And that's where Coach Cassidy needs to have a plan B ready, and plan B involves Hertl and Marner first, and I'm fine with it. That's what we saw in the preseason. I don't think you can go wrong there by any means, but if it doesn't work, we'll see what plan C is.
It could take a minute for Marner to fit in. He has had 2 assists, and they came in the first game of the season against the Kings, but has not scored a goal yet. He was stopped by Anton Forsberg in the shootout in that game.
Yeah.
But in 3 games, Chris, he's only taken 7 shots. He's averaging 22 minutes and 40 seconds on the ice. If this continues at this pace, it'll be the most minutes.
Trade him.
It's the most minutes that he's played per game in his career. Are they asking him to do too much?
Maybe. I mean, I think, like I said, it's a feeling out period right now. The preseason is the honeymoon. Everything is great, even the first game or 2, and then now it's time to get to work and figure things out. Are they asking him to do too much, or should they be asking him to do more? I don't know. Putting him on the same line, letting him run his own line. He's not the center, but he would be the dominating the puck possession. Might not be the bad play real fast as we're up against it here, but just the hockey stat cards through the first 3 games. Opening night, Jack Eichel 1, Mitch Marner 2. The second game of the season in San Jose, Jack Eichel 1, Mitch Marner 7, and then Mitch Marner was 15 to Jack Eichel 10.
Well, the last game, not very good, and credit goes again to the Kraken. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Condolences once again to the Golick family. We appreciate you, Chris, so much. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Locked On Golden Knights.